Hi teachers, so we're going to go over a couple of things with the Reading Club notebook and our decoding skills. So when the students come up to the Reading Club, or you can do this in whole group, they're going to take out their sunny little sight words and get in a desktop position. You can see that this child has already mastered sight word list 1, and the child is being assigned sight word list 2 because this is colored in with a yellow light. Remember, when they get all these green lights colored in, they get to color in the green happy face at the bottom, and that's a big day. Maybe you bring in cookies or popsicles or special treats for your students. So boys and girls, get in a desktop position, take out your sunny little sight word book, and let's go to list 1. Again, this could be whole group or it could be done in small group. So they're going to read across like this. We're tracking across, and you want to read down the columns, and then you want to do the strategy of buzz your finger, boys, girls, and fast as you can land on the word look. Very good. Buzz, buzz, buzz. As fast as you can land on the word the. Very good, so forth and so on. All right, let's flip to list 2 in the same fashion. Always go across the row, teach them to come down the columns, and then buzz your finger. All right, so that's how you would do the sunny little sight word book. Close up your sunny little sight word books, boys and girls, and place it back inside your Reading Club notebook, like so. Now, I want to go over the decoding practice because decoding practices are very, very important in the Sunny Little Corner classroom. Towards the end of the year, I always have people ask, how do students get to that incredible level? Well, this is where it starts. It starts very basic. So when you first introduce sentence practice 1, you're going to say, boys and girls, let's read this sentence. I see a cat. What does it say? I see a cat. Boys and girls, do you see the word I? The word I stands alone. What does it do? It stands alone. This word is see. What word? See. This word is a. Look at the word a, boys and girls. What does it do? It stands alone. So you're going to go through. Now, you might be wondering, why is it important for us to go through and mark and decode words? The reason is that gives us a visual and a cognitive hook for what is actually taking place in the child's brain as they decode the words. It's giving you an opportunity to see their thinking out on paper and to make sure they're where they need to be. So for instance, this is where you start. You're just going to talk about I stands alone and A stands alone. Then you're going to introduce your vowel song, which is on another video, and also it will be on the Sunny Little Corner Volume 2, Phonics Songs Volume 2. But you'll be able to access that song, but you could use any vowel song for now if you would like. But anyway, you're going to introduce your vowels. So boys and girls, here's one of our first rules. When you see a word that has 2 vowels in it, the first one gets its long sound, the second one is silent. Say that with me. The first one gets a long sound, the second one is silent. Very good. Let's sound this word out. S-E-C. What is this word? A. What does it do? Stands alone. Let's look at the word cat. And of course, we can always use our stretch it out and shrink it up that we did earlier in our training videos that you've seen before, where they talk about the beginning, the middle, and the ending sound. Boys and girls, this word is cat. What is the vowel? And the students respond by saying A. That's right, the vowel is A. Is it short or long, boys and girls? It's short. That's correct. Let's give it a short sound. Pencils under the words, and let's read our sentence. I see a cat. Read it again. I see a cat. Very good. Sentence number 2. What is the first word? I. What does it do? Stands alone. And I'm telling you what the teacher is saying and also the student response. So I hope you can obviously tell which would be the student response. This word is C. What word? C. What are my vowels? E and E. What's my rule? The first one gets a long sound. The second one is silent. What's the next word? A. What does it do? Stands alone. What's the next word? Dog. What's my vowel? O. Short or long? Short. Pencil erasers under the words and read it as we go. I see a dog. Now let's go ahead and do sentence number 3 and sentence number 4. What is this first word, boys and girls? I. What does it do? Stands alone. What's the next word? See. What do I do? The first one gets a long sound. The second one is silent. I think I forgot to say what are my vowels on that one. What's the next word? You. What do I need to do? All right, boys and girls, we're going to circle this whole word. Why? Because it's a sight word. It's a sight word. You got to know it when you see it. Know it when you see it because you don't sound it out. Now, that little chant goes along with the story that's in Songbook, and it goes along with the sight word song. So you do want to do the chant. Now, as we get further and further into the program, they can just respond by saying, because it's a sight word. But for now, until they really get that in their brains, we want them to chant the whole entire chant of it's a sight word, it's a sight word. You got to know it when you see it, know it when you see it, because you don't sound it out. That's right, boys and girls, we don't sound out this word. If we tried to sound out this word, we would say ya. Do we say I see ya? No. We say I see you. And remember our story about the sight words and how they come to be. So this is a sight word. We need to circle the whole word because it's a sight word. Now let's put our pencil erasers under the sentence and read it as we go. I see you. Read it again. I see you. Number 4. What is the first word, boys and girls? Look. That's right. The word is look. What do I need to do? Circle the whole word. Why? Because it's a sight word. You got to know it when you see it. Know it when you see it because you don't sound it out. What's this next word? At. What's my vowel? A. Short or long? Short. What's the next word? The. What do I do? Circle the whole word. Why? Because it's a sight word. It's a sight word. You got to know it when you see it. Know it when you see it because you don't sound it out. What's this word? Cat. What's my vowel? A. Short or long? Short. Pencil erasers under the words and read it as we go. Look at the cat. Read it again. Look at the cat. And it's important that you read the sentences twice because later on we're going to teach the students about reading them once for accuracy, and then we'll be using the term fluency, and you'll say read it fluently, but they need to be in the habit of reading it twice. So that's how you would do sentence practice number 1. Here's an example of sentence practice number 2. You can see how we have already marked this page. Now remember, everything that we do in the sunny little corner is always followed the explicit teaching model. And explicit teaching is simply I do, we do, and you do. So the first day you're going to do this, you're modeling this for your students. This is actually the page that I used with my students today, is I modeled and had them help me respond and mark the words. Now tomorrow, this page will have a pink check on it. It will be in their reading club notebooks, and I will actually have the students put pencils in their hands and go through and mark the sentences for the first time along with me. So that is how the decoding practice starts, and you want to make sure that you do follow all of this because as we get more and more into phonics instruction, it's going to get more and more intricate. And if you don't have the foundation, you won't be able to keep up. So please make sure that you don't miss any videos because this process builds rather quickly. I want to just point out that on your songbook pages, I have already introduced the Planet of Earth song because it is the month of October. You might want to wait till November or December. You have to judge that for yourself. But I've already introduced the Planet of Earth song. So we listened to it, we sang it, we stood up and did the motions to it on the first day. The second day, I showed them how to track along with the song, and we talked about tracking. And I didn't even get into reading these words yet. We just talked about tracking, and we talked about the Planet of Earth. And then I'll put the pink check on the pages. I'll pass it out. It will go in section 2. I will play the song, put it on repeat or on a loop, and the boys and girls will sing the song while they're coloring the Planet of Earth picture. So I hope that helps. And next week, we're going to talk about giving assessments because I know you want to know all about giving your assessments, your green light letter assessment page. So that is everything for today, and please go ahead and practice this week because it will build quickly, and I don't want you to get behind. Thank you so much. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here for you. Be blessed.